So this topic is inspired by someone I ran into um, recently. I ran into a person and their energy was very calming. It was very cool. Um, I realized that many times people will tell us, uh, they'll tell us what we have to offer to the world. That's very powerful. And what was interesting is that the individual I was speaking to, they were very attentive. They were listening very well, and they were, I don't know, they were just an open ear. Um, so, um, what it showed me, at least on some level, because I believe that people are special, and there's abilities that people have that go way beyond the human understanding. And I believe that I was in front of someone with a very uncanny, just a very interesting ability. And I think we run across people who have very interesting abilities without even knowing it, or maybe we let them know, but they don't think anything of it. Maybe someone told us that we have an ability, and we don't take it serious, or we don't really see the hubbub. It's difficult to grasp having value beyond just the normal 9 to 5 kind of things. But I would urge people to try to find whatever gift, whatever abilities they have, and to utilize it for others. Because one thing that I wanted to say, um, is most of this life is not for us. It's not, even though, yes, we do want to take care of ourselves and we want to do things for ourselves in order to protect ourselves and keep ourselves safe and everything like that. There's a level beyond that. This life is not just for us, it's not something for us to indulge in and simply that's it. I think these abilities and the people we run across who have these abilities, they pay themselves the greatest tribute when they take these abilities and they utilize them for the good of all. Now, there's a cartoon and it's called My Hero Academia, and it juxtaposes the difference between selfishness and selflessness. And it kind of juxtaposes these two ideas with the character name One for All, or what the one idea called One for All is an energy. There's an energy called One for All, and there's one called All for One. And the All for One is a more selfish person he indulges in his abilities and he takes things from people. But then the One for All is an ability that is shared and passed on from generation to generation to generation. And yeah, so I in the thumbnail you saw Coil, or you saw Star Lord is his other name, and he captures a stone that was supposed to kill him, but he uh, he has special properties within himself that allow him to not just instantly die after touching the stone. But even so, you saw that he wasn't alone. There were people who were there to help him, even though he had this special ability. It's very important that we don't uh, dwindle the light of individuals who have special abilities. And I think the person I ran into who was very calm, I think that they have something to offer the world with the energy that they were cultivating. And I think whatever that is, it's going to be very grand. Um, I'm hoping that I have something to offer the world that is that grand, because I was inspired by that. I was inspired by um, a lot of things. I'm having a lot of situations that are kind of telling me to go in a different direction with my channel. On my channel, I talk about the grievances of males and females, but I know life is much greater and much grander than that. All these issues that we're having with each other, in the grand scheme of things, they don't mean very much. And there's much more to life than the selfish needs of males and the selfish needs of females. We were brought into this world to contribute to the greater good. Or we could, yes, there is free will. We can contribute in negative ways as well. But I think the most powerful way that we can contribute to the world is by offering something that we have, an ability, a superpower to others. And interestingly enough, this inspires people to offer their abilities to others. And I've noticed that if you notice, people there are beacons among us who their actions inspire others to to go out and to light their flame and to inspire others as well. And it's a very beautiful thing. The sacred guardian refers to the part of us that understands the sacred natures of others and understands their individual power, and we seek to develop our own. There are people who need the powers that we have, and I know this is sounding very cartoony or Power Rangery, but humans are very, very intricate and we're not really fully known and fully understood as to what we are. But this kind of goes well beyond the typical gender things I talk about. Sacred guardians. What does it mean to be sacred? What does it mean to have value in this world? I would implore and I would suggest that there are much more things involved with this world than meets the eye. And I would also say that whenever you come across people who have gifts and they have abilities, be very careful not to try to undermine those gifts and those abilities, and lift these people up and tell them that what they have is a very good thing, and it's something that can inspire others if they utilize it in a certain way. Um, it could also cause pain to others. Abilities can do that, but I think people who fit within the sacred guardian archetype, these individuals, and I had a video that I talked about in the past regarding a similar idea. These individuals seek to bring in the good. They seek to facilitate for others and to grow in their ability. Yes, they take pride in what they can do, but then they also humble themselves. The humility is just like a pressure pot. It's a steam pot to kind of make sure, you know, I don't know. Humility, there's a lot of qualities involved with humility, but specifically it seems like a very heavenly quality, but that goes into other things. There are many sacred guardians around us, and in this world, we don't recognize them because the world we live in, it's very negative. It doesn't, we don't really notice good people, and when we run into good people, we have the gut feeling to treat them wrong, even if we don't mean wrong, even if we mean well. But it's very important that if you run into people who have your best interests at heart uh, and who have special abilities, it's very important to treat these people well and, thank them, things like that. Be grateful. Be grateful for being around people and having conversations that uh, aren't so negative. Um, there's a lot of struggling going on. There's a lot of people who are having a hard time figuring out how they're going to pay their bills, how they're going to buy gas and things like that. And this is going to be a time where people who fit within the sacred guardian archetype, they're going to be needed. And there's going to be people who have abilities whether it's abilities surrounding their aura and how that affects other people. Um, their abilities are going to be needed, and I think it's very important that we remember uh, in everything we do just to be careful not to undermine these individuals around us. This world is very selfish, and our culture is very selfish, and we're always looking to get our needs pleased and our, always looking for our things that help with our best interests, our self interest, which is, on some regards, it's okay, but our culture takes it to the greatest extremes, especially with social media. But just remember, um, there are people out there that need your help. And sometimes, whenever you reach out to people, you learn things about yourself. Um, so be careful that you're not so selfish that you take yourself away from important lessons in your life. Um, I think that there are gifts that I have and abilities that I have, and I'm trying to come to terms with them. And it's difficult to do this. Um, but here I am, persevering. The Sacred Guardian.